Very exciting last night. BTC, new all-time high. And I want to take a look at what this could mean for altcoins and potentially how soon and maybe where we're at in the cycle. I'm going to point to somebody else's stuff on this I liked very much. And his name was Secrets of Crypto. You can find him on Twitter. And his path to altcoin season. Altcoin season is a function of the market due to new participants flooding into crypto around the same time. This is usually triggered by a BTC mining supply halving every 4 years, which we had back a few months back, which causes a surge in price and or a sudden loss of faith in centralized fiat currencies. The duration of phases is parabolic in nature, meaning phase 1 takes the longest and phase 4 goes the fastest. Phase overlap can temporarily reverse before continuing, but we always end up in the mania of alt season. It's likely there are multiple alt seasons per crypto bull cycle and varying degrees. Okay, I think that's where we're at now because we already had a halvening. We already had this entire cycle go through, but now we're back at all-time highs. And I think there's a potential that we're getting ready to go through it again. The biggest one being after the end of Bitcoin's bull run when the largest number of participants enter the market. We are seeing a lot more adoption. We're seeing a lot of SEC talk. We're seeing, interesting things going on. Binance just recently started turning over records. They're seizing accounts of, places. So definitely regulation is coming. And that's going to be bad for some of the early maxis and people that really like privacy. But it's going to give a level of security for normies who, are credit card bank based, who don't like all sales final like crypto is. That's going to give them the security they want. There's a potential that we're back at phase 1, Bitcoin all-time high. Flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. There's that money flow. The phase overlap as money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. Okay, Ethereum's not quite back at its all-time high check yet. It's 4,000 right now. 44 was the high. Phase 2 is Ethereum. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flipping again. Maybe people were already talking about that just recently. When we were at 40, talking about going, to 60 to 70, we looked at going to 70, maybe 80, and then maybe a retrace down to 60. When that happens, that money starts to flow out of BTC and the dominance. It probably will start to flow into Ethereum, and that pretty much goes into the phase overlap. Money is flowing into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. And then it's phase 3, large caps. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin and large caps are going parabolic. End of the year, December could be really, really good. That could be about where we start to see that transition to large caps. And then where I'm interested in, though, is the last, phase 4. And that overlap, regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. There's a lot of coins with strong fundamentals. Uni, Link, GRT. There's so many things that are strong Web3 tokens that are coming up, like things like Matic. Matic is an amazing token. Think about all the things that are just really quality waiting for the onboarding of people. If that's where we're at, I think one more bear cycle, maybe after a blow off top here, maybe we go into this last cycle and then down quite a bit. And then that's it, adoption. And I think we're just, golden bull run after that. I don't think anybody wants to hear that, but I think that is about where we're at and we'll know soon. So phase 4 alt season. Large caps have gone full vertical and we're seeing blow off tops like we did in the first part. This might be the second, altcoin season. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. You've seen like shit like SHIB outperforming Bitcoin. Even if Bitcoin went up 100% from here, that's 100K, like 120 at this point. That's not that impressive at 100%. You can get that off SHIB in like a quarter of a fraction of a cent. New ran the other day, it was 400%. That outperformed everything BTC is going to do to the end of the year. So I think we're definitely in this cycle right now where it's starting. And it seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere, like we just talked about SHIB. Everyone is super excited and you feel the mania in the air. It felt very stally, so that's not started yet, but there's some coins with fundamentals that should be running that haven't quite started running. The large caps and the Ethereum is starting to catch up. I'm pretty sure this is about where we're at. I'll be very disappointed if we're not, but we'll look at it again soon. And I like this guy's chart. His name's Secret of Crypto. You can look him up on Twitter. And just real quick, this is his stuff. He's got some other interesting slides. Very quality breakdown. Good guy. So let's see where we're at. As far as like trading view goes, man, that's a beautiful chart. You know, it was really ugly. Could have broken down the other way. Looked really, really, really bad for a while. And they pulled it off, and they got that cup and handle going on. Technicals are strong buys. I mean, if you look over here, like at some of my watch list, everything's up, you know, running pretty good. Ethereum, none of that is at all-time highs, but per Mr. Secrets of Crypto's slides there, potentially. And let's look at BTC. So on the overall, I mean, there's some old, you know, if you trade GAN, like angles that really played out. I mean, that's something old. I drew that so long ago before this was even done. That was drawn off that. And that's where I came back down to consolidate around and bounced. This goofy little line right here, I was talking with someone a few weeks ago, and they were like, oh no, it's going down, it's going down. And I really kind of thought it would break through and continue on, maybe catch that line. And I said, worst case scenario I'm watching for is a grind out. And I think I drew it about off those, must have been that point because I was pretty precise. But I had lined up with that. And I said, if it couldn't hold that trend and it couldn't hold that support, maybe that trend there. And that's what I was looking for that, you know, potential cup and handle. I was a little early. So when it didn't go through, it started going back that way. I didn't feel like it was super strong. I don't know how this will play out. I could see the 70 or the 80 hitting, and then that retrace and the money flowing to Ethereum and start that next altcoin season. Potentially, I think that would probably be reasonable. And I've got a lot of spots to watch on my chart for support and resistance. I mean, all the way back down to the old days, and you know, angles and rays from a lot of people don't like GAN. I like GAN. I like GAN's angles and trends and time cycles. A lot of the stuff I draw is based on that. And then other stuff is just support and resistance. And other stuff after that is just basic common patterns that attract traders, like bulls and handles and, you know, frying pan bottoms and bull flags and bear flags. And I always look for stuff like that. So where could we be going here? 65, 67 is looking good. I mean, unless it just hard rejects. And if it did, that up angle is 51. But there's a support. I mean, you know, literally right there. You know, that's the top. So if it comes back down, you're talking, I mean, it's at 60. That's a whole number too. It's pretty serious. I think probably 60 would hold and probably get the rocket shot off. Not what I wanted to see personally, but if it does, that would be fantastic. I'm not trading BTC right now anyway, except for high leverage 100x when I do trade it. And on the 1 minute chart, I don't really care about this kind of move. I care about wide range body days to trade so that I've got plenty of movement to get in and get out. The other stuff though, pretty much all based on the fact that I would like to see it retrace and money flow through and cause an alt season, because those alts are going to run a lot more than BTC's, you know, 50% or 20%. I mean, some of that stuff's going to run 300, 400, 500%, and that's going to really set a lot of people up with great trading accounts coming out of this into that next bear cycle to really load up before we go full bullish. Good luck.